I had always had a crush on my brother's best friend, so after spending an unexpected night with him, I confessed my love to him, but he rejected me and quickly went abroad. To make matters worse, it wasn't long before I found out I was pregnant with twins, and I had to lie to my family that they were my children with a stranger. I was prepared to lie about the twins' true father forever, but 4 years later, my brother took the twins to welcome his best friend home. Before I left for work, I asked my brother to help take care of the kids. Then, out of nowhere, he said, "Oh, I almost forgot, I'm picking up Dominic Hayes from the airport later today." I froze. Dominic Hayes? I repeated. It had been 4 years, and this was the first time I'd heard his name since then. You forgot about him? My best friend, Adrian, said casually. How could I forget him? He was my first love, the man who had turned me down. Everything that happened between us came rushing back. Oh, Dominic, of course I remember him. It's been a long time, I said, trying my best not to sound suspicious. Yeah, he's coming back to the country today. I want him to stay with us, Adrian said. What? I exclaimed, panicking internally. Did I really have to see him every day? My eyes landed on the kids, and my heart skipped a beat. What if he finds out they're his? No, I had to stay strong. They were mine now, and I wasn't about to let anyone take that away from me. Okay, brother, I said, forcing a smile. Adrian had made up his mind, and arguing would only make him suspicious, which I definitely didn't want. I'm going to get ready for work now, I said and quickly left the room. At Lancaster Corp, my colleague Brenda laughed and said, You have a date tonight, and you can't turn it down this time. I had always avoided men, but Brenda kept pushing me to go on blind dates, and I always refused. If I really wanted to forget Dominic, it looked like I had no choice but to go along with this. Fine, I agree, I said. But I just hope the boss doesn't reject my dress design sketches again. Oh, Brenda replied, clearly concerned. Victor Lancaster, the president of the company, was incredibly handsome, with a perfect physique, but he was cold and ruthless. He had been rejecting the designs I submitted for weeks. I had to stay up late creating a new one, hoping this time he wouldn't shoot it down. If he rejects it again, I'm going to make him give the job to someone else, I said, venting a little. Sounds like fun, Brenda chuckled. I was so caught up in the conversation that neither of us noticed Victor Lancaster walking by, overhearing us. Then the phone rang. Shoo, it's the boss, I whispered. Good morning, sir. Get the designs to my office right away. Victor's voice came through. Before I could answer, he hung up. I have to go, I told Brenda. Good luck, dear, she grinned. In the president's office, Victor Lancaster sat in his swivel chair, his fingers tapping on the desk. I heard a knock at the door. Come in, he ordered. I walked in with several sketches. Now, let me see your work, he said coldly. Here you go, sir, I said carefully, placing the designs on the desk, silently praying he'd accept them. He stared at the sketches for 10 minutes. These are way better than the trash you've shown me before, he said coldly. My eyes widened. Thank you, sir, I squeaked. Who would have thought the devil would actually accept my design? I picked up the sketches and slowly walked toward the door. Just as my hand reached for the doorknob, his voice echoed in the office. Allison Brooks. My heart raced, and I felt breathless. I turned to face him, forcing a smile, and his golden green eyes sent a chill down my spine. Sir? I replied. The dress should be done by the end of the day. His cold voice rang out, his face expressionless. Anger surged within me, but I couldn't let it show. I said, widening my eyes in pretend surprise. You heard me right. He tilted his head slightly. Yes, sir, of course, sir, I answered, then slowly opened the door and walked out of his office. I muttered curses at him in my head. By 8 p.m., everyone else had left the office. I was the only one finishing the designs because Victor had warned me not to accept any help. Brenda felt sorry for me, especially when I had to cancel my blind date because I was too busy. Soon, I heard my phone buzz. Without checking who it was, I picked it up. Hello? I gasped when I heard the voice on the other end. I instantly knew who it was. It was Dominic.